try to keep protected from the world. One day, she was playing online games where she met Boy. The boy is named Boy. They became friends because they both like to play Dota. And he told the Miller daughters about all about a selfish king.
Boy worked in a palace for a king. Boy is top gamer in the king's palace. The miller, that's me, my father, was not happy because me talking to Boy, and my father didn't want me to influenced by the gamers. One day, my father happened to be talking to the king about a new racing game. My father was so vain and proud of me and stupidly said to the king,
"My daughter can win any games with only 30 minutes of the time given." Now the king was very greedy and he loved money, gold and fame. When he heard the miller's boast, he said,
"How fascinating! My kingdom will win all the tournaments. If your daughter is as clever as you say, bring her to the palace. We will see what she can do."
When the daughter was brought to the king, he took her to a room that was full of people waiting for her and gave her only 30 minutes to defeat all the gamers. He then left after saying, "Off you go then. All the gamers must lose in 30 minutes. If you don't manage this, I will have you killed." So she sat down and started to cry. She didn't know what to do.
How on earth could I beat all the programmers in 30 minutes?
All of a sudden, the door opened. And hoppered a little funny looking man. "Good morning."
Morning.
Good morning, little ones.
Oh, I must defeat all the gamers within 30 minutes. I don't know how to do it.
If I do it for you, what will you give me?
Just for you, I will give you my necklace.
That's a necklace.
Fine then.
The little funny-looking man took the necklace and sat himself at the PC. And click, click, click. 3 times the mouse he clicked, half of the gamers lose.
Wow.
And click, click, click. 3 times the mouse clicked and all the gamers lost. He worked well into the night, happy his work, until all the work was done and all the gamers lost completely. When the king unlocked the door and came into the room, he was amazed and astonished. He was delighted and with the winning streak, but the king was a greedy man and his heart swelled with greed. This was not enough for him. Now he wanted more. So he took me to a tournament which the prize is $1 million gold, and again told her to defeat all the players and he will kill her. Again, the king left her there and she started to weep. But all of a sudden, the funny-looking man come again and said,
"What will you give me if you are doing your task?"
"This shawl, little man."
This shawl?
Yes.
Fine then. I'll do it for you.
So the little man took the shawl and started to work. One more time, click, click, click. The first team lost. And click, click, click. The second team lost. He worked well that day, happy in his work until all work done, and he won the game. In the morning, the king came again and was even astonished to see that all the players had been defeated. However, his great man that he has not satisfied, and he took the miller's daughter to even bigger tournament, full of professional players.
All these players must lose this game. If you succeed, I will not kill you. He thought to himself, she could be my queen. She may only be a miller's daughter, but I could find a richer person, a richer wife, other than her that could play online game professionally. As soon as she was left alone, and started to cry again. And once again, the funny-looking little man came again and said, "What will you give me if I do it your task?"
I have nothing left to give you.
"Then promise me, if you ever become a queen, give me your firstborn child." So the miller's daughter thought to herself, that will never happen, because the king will never marry a poor miller's daughter. So she promised the little man to give her what he wanted.
So, as usual, the little man sat down to work and click, 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 3 times the mouse click, and the first loss. And one more time, click, 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 3 times the mouse click, and the second team lost. He worked well that day, happy in his work until the work is done, and all the players lost in the tournament, and he win the tournament. When the king came back to the tournament and found all that he wished for, so he married the miller's daughter the very next day, and she really did become a queen.
Then, a year later, she had her first child. And they were very happy. She had forgotten all her promise to the funny-looking man, until one day he suddenly appeared in her room, reminded her of it. The queen was horrified. She offered him all the riches in the kingdom if only he could forget her promise to him. She cried and cried and cried. In fact, she cried so much that the funny-looking man took pity on her. "In that case, I will give you," he said, "I will give you 3 days of grace. If in that time you can find out what my name is, you can keep the baby." So after that, the boy heard the queen's pain and went to speak to her. He saw how distressed she was, so he went out to the world to try to seek and to seek out the funny-looking little man's name. That night, Queen tossed and turned all night trying to think of all odd names that she had ever heard. So she sent out messengers around the kingdom and across the land to ask what other names there may be. So the next day, the little man came. She began to reels of some names.
Nabil?
No?
Hariz?
No?
Maybe Aiman?
No?
Maybe Ali?
No?
Acha?
No? But all of them, the funny-looking man said, "No, that's not my name." On the second day, she sent the messenger back out to find out more new names. And when the little man came back, she tried all the funny, comical names she knew.
I know your name. Ikram.
No,
Ira?
no,
Kira?
no,
Or maybe Ans?
no. But he answered no to all of them.
On the third day, after having many adventures and meeting many different creatures, boy came back. He told the queen,
As I walked through the thick forest yesterday, where the fox and the hare said good night to each other, I saw a little hut, and before the hut there burned a fire, and around the fire there's a little funny-looking man. As he was dancing,
he
today I
said,
brew, tomorrow I bake. I'm the winner of the game. Rumpelstiltskin is my name. So, when the queen heard this, she jumped of joy.
yes!
Because she knew that this was surely the little man's name. As soon as her little visitor came into her room that night, she joked.
Have a seat first. Yeah. You want me to know my name? You want me to know your name? I thought maybe your name is Tom.
No?
Maybe it's Jazz.
No.
Oh really? Or maybe your name is Mr. Nazar? Oh, so is it mean? Could it be rumpelstiltskin?
Some wish must have told you that.
Cried the little man, and he stamped his foot so hard into the ground that his leg went in. He then so angry that he pulled so hard to get his leg out, and he split himself into two, then disappeared.
So the queen kept her baby and loved it all more because she had so nearly lost it. And her king, the miller, and the boy lived happily for a long time and never heard from the funny little man again. Thank you.